Hey, hi, it's Tory. Thanks for coming by Tory Magoo 44. It is May 15th, and we're moving along. June 10th, pirate time. All right, this is going to be good. So I've got something for you pirates out there. I want to just tell you a little bit more about something that happened on OT7. I was talking to someone today, and they asked me something, and it brought up something very, very heavy for me on what happened on OT7. Basically, I just put it together today, what really happened. This guy named Barry Klein is an FSM, meaning a field staff member, right? And they get 10% of whatever they bring in. So if they get you onto a level and you pay $50,000, they get $5,000. That's not bad. Sometimes it's 20%, right? So they're always, cruising around, doing their thing, trying to get people onto the OT level, stuff like that. So Barry was always at the AOLA where I was training, and he would always come in and tell his wins on OT7. And most of them had to do with helping heal people. That's what he said. He said, I healed, Mrs. Smith in Ohio. She called me. She was really sick. I went in session, fixed it, right? Some other people told me we flew up to Portland for something. There were 10,000 people there. Very few police were there. So this one lady came up to me and she said, well, you know why there's not too many police? And I said, why? And she said, we were in session auditing them, right? Now, I know it sounds kind of weird for people that don't know anything about it. You're not into the mindset, right? So it's kind of like, come on, who would believe that, right? But we're already, it's like a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest, right? So we want that to be true, right? We want it to be true, that's why the police aren't there. Or, oh, there's a rainbow. Well, that's because I decided there was a rainbow. You see what I mean? And so the people underneath OT7 and 8 are hoping they can have those same powers, right? So I'm really hoping I can heal people because that's what I got into Scientology for, to help people. All right, so I get onto the level, and basically you go into Part A, Part B. Now I'm in Part C, and I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be the healing technology, right? And I open up this pack, and it's another command about these BTs and clusters. And I just shut the pack, and I go, where is the Barry Klein rundown? And the supervisor looks at me and goes, pardon me? What? And I said, I don't know, Barry Klein in Los Angeles has been talking to me and many other OT7s about how they heal people. And she said, okay, I'm going to route you to cramming, which is correction. So she sends me right up to correction. We talk about it. They say, okay, here's the deal, Tory. Here is the technology of OT7, which is like a few pages long. She said, there's nothing more. That is what it is. You locate the BTs and clusters, you find out who they are, what they are, and that's it, right? That's all it is, okay? So I'm like, okay, all right. And they kind of are sure, that's the way it is, and you can have as many wins as you want, but that's what it is. So I'm like, okay, well, I feel a little better. All right, well, then maybe I'm not off the track, right? So I go back home. Sometimes I didn't even get off the base, and an executive would give a briefing and say, well, Joe Smith healed, Mrs. Jones's broken leg with a session. And then I would be like, see, they can heal people. But the sad part for me, when someone was talking to me today, is that literally, and this is a true story, people would call me up and say, Tory, my mother is dying. She's in the hospital. Please, can you go in session and see if you can help her? Ed Mooney, when he died, we were all asked to go in session and see if we could help Ed before he died. He had an aneurysm. And it's like, that is so sad for me. That kind of a thing where you are expected, because you're at the top, to be able to do these things that you have no tools to do. It doesn't work at all, right? And what are you going to do? So, for you people that are FSMing people and getting money from people, shame on you. You know you're not healing people, Barry Klein. You know you're not. I know you're not. And I don't know what to say. If you're underneath the top OT7s and 8s and you're hoping you can work your way up and heal something, I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't work, okay? It didn't work with Dianetics. It didn't work with your grades. It didn't work with the next thing. That's because it doesn't work, okay? Plain and simple. And for Anonymous and everybody out there that's helping expose these snakes and liars, and I'm not saying everybody in Scientology is a snake and a liar, because most of them are in the Truman Show. They believe it. They really think it's true. But the guys that are running it, I'm pretty sure, David Miscavige, you know it doesn't work. Your last session, I found out, was in 1997. So what's that about? If Miscavige isn't getting auditing, and he got the old OT7, so he hasn't had the new OT7, or the new OT7, or Golden Age of Tech, or Golden Age of Knowledge. So you know what? You are a phony. All right? And that's the way I feel. That is my opinion, and I have a right to my opinion. So thank you to everyone. Please come out. Please expose these snakes, okay? So that less people are tortured, less people are ripped off, and more people find out the truth. All right? And they can move on with their life and have a good life. All right, so that's it. I hope you have a fantastic weekend coming up, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.